Hello, so this video is going to be a little bit of an interesting one. So this is a game where I play around Nami as a carry. So Nami is actually really interesting, and I think that people aren't, I don't know if people are giving her as much credit, but Nami is strong as shit. Like, holy crap. Like, a lot of times, like, I'll play Nami, because Nami's the unit where she's like, she's a 4-cost Eldritch, and she summons a giant Leviathan, right? It looks kind of like this. I don't know. Roar. Giant snake thing. And it basically stuns, like, the whole fucking board. So a lot of times, like, you treat her like a utility unit, right? You'll put, like, a utility item on her, like a Morello, which gives anti-heal, so it just makes everybody take less healing. And you usually put those type of units you put those type of items on the unit because she's just gonna hit everybody, and when she hits everybody, she's going to stun them all and then give them anti-heal and or shredding if you have a shred item like a shiv to put on her. So usually those type of units in TFT are like utility queens or utility kings, utility lords, or whatever you want to use as a description. But they're usually just like utility units, and you just put like a bunch of utility items on them, and they're like a secondary carry. So you'll have a primary carry like a Karma, a I don't know, Syndra in a lot of the cases, and then you'll have like a Nami thrown on the board to just like stun, give heal, anti-heal, and give shred. That's like the point of it. In this game, I'm going to play around Nami carry because I didn't hit anything else, right? It was a low roll game. I didn't hit anything else, so I play around Nami. Like, what do you want me to do? But, the thing is, Nami does a lot of damage. If you itemize her with good items that she's like, if you actually, like, put 3 items on Nami and you have a Nami 2, and you give her a mage to support her casting, like, not just 3 mage, because 3 mage lowers her AP. If you give her, like, a decent amount of, like, damage items, she, as well as, like, 5 or 7 mage, she does a lot of damage. And that surprises me because it makes me think that she's broken. Anybody who, like, hits an entire board and stuns the entire board should not do a lot of damage. So in my opinion, Nami is very, very broken. She is very, very strong. And I think what people don't do that much, or maybe they do and I just don't see it in my games, or I don't hear about as much, carrying Nami is actually pretty viable. And that's what I'm going to do this game. It's just by nature of how it ended up. It wasn't my first pick, but we take those. But anyways, if you enjoy my content, if you watch my videos, even if you've like checked out one video and then you watch this video and whatever, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me as a small creator. We usually do VOD reviews like this, especially if you came from like the tier list video, and then once or twice a week, every single week. So once or twice, we will do auxiliary content like the tier list and the fun videos and the patch note reviews. That's gonna come up next week as soon as we get the patch notes. Stuff like that. So make sure to like and subscribe, especially if you're interested in those content, that content as well, and then you can get those or see the notifications for when those are released. But anyways, I took this item. It's called Shimmer Seal Essence. It has really good stats. Basically, it gives you 2 gold generating items. It gives you Mogul's, and it gives you a Gambler's Blade later, I'm pretty sure. So this Mogul's Mail, it used to be like a bullshit item, and then they fixed it now. They made it so that like it cashes out like at 35, and then it keeps cashing out after 35. It's actually one of the best items in the game now. Funny enough, it's the best Shimmer Scale item. It's the best gold generating item that exists. So yeah, Mogul's Mail. So this augment actually performs really well, and I think it's in a large part because of how good Mogul's Mail is. Here I don't have the best front line. I just play around Vanguards because I know they're pretty strong. I put on my upgraded unit. I'm hoping for it to cash out. But the thing is, Warwick himself is pretty like he's not in a good spot right now. He's supposed to do like he's supposed to be like some kind of scaling attack fighter. But he's not doing anything really. I should make Econ here. Not making Econ is a crime. That's my bad. Oh god. I think I was holding on to too much. I should have definitely made Econ here. So that's -1 gold, haha, let's laugh at me. But anyways, usually when you have the Mogul's Mill, you want to frontline your unit and just have them soak up all the damage, something like this, right? Everybody just attacks this unit, it stacks up this, and it cashes out a bunch of gold. I'm having a lot of trouble getting the gold generation going because I want to put it on a better unit than Warwick, because Warwick, if you front up line him like this, a lot of times he just dies instantly. So I'm trying to put him like off to the side, but then I'm just winning the fight outright before I even get my cash out. So I haven't really generated any gold yet, which is really bad. You really want to generate as much gold as possible in the first stage, like stage 2, because it establishes your econ, right? Making 20, then 30, then 40, then 50. As soon as you hit, like, you're trying to race to 50 gold a lot of time. Your strategy for a lot of the time during stage 2 is like, I need to race to 50 gold. I need to make sure that I hit everything that I can. Or I have to make sure that I hit all the econ thresholds that I can, because then you're just like infinitely scaling how much resources you have, more or less. Or sorry, exponentially, not infinitely. Because if you don't make econ thresholds early, then you're gonna have a harder time making them later, and then you're just losing out on a bunch of gold. If you can race to 50 gold, that's why these shimmer scale items and shimmer scale augments are typically really good, especially in the set right now. Econ is so important in set 12, more so than other sets. And the reason is that the main set mechanic is charms, and those cost gold as well. So in order to have enough resources to not only afford the charms, take charms when you need it, power up with the charms, you also have, in order to afford that, in addition to buying the units and leveling up your own board, you need to make sure that you have your econ established. You need to have good money. If you don't have the good money, it's a problem. So here, my items are very AP. So I think I'm just playing towards like AP items in general. I could make Shiv as well, but I don't want to make Shiv because I'm right now I'm considering just playing around Karma. Right, I don't have a Syndra opener. I had Syndra items kind of, like I could have made Nashor's Tooth if I see a Syndra. But if I'm playing around AP and it's not Syndra, it's probably going to be some kind of 4-cost carry. So I'm aiming towards playing this board that I'm showing here, where I'm playing like Vanguards with Mage, with Karma and Syndra and Eldritch, right? It's a pretty stable board. There's a couple variations of this, obviously. A lot of times you just drop in Canter, and you just play like Vertical Preserver with Karma. If you're playing around like having a frontline trait and Nami, you can play like Karma Nami dual carry. You usually play like Karma Nami Cassiopeia, and then you play Preservers, because Preservers eventually you'll find a Morgana which synergizes with Witchcraft with the Cassiopeia. But I digress. It's very flexible. I'm just giving like a couple of the key units that I want to hold in my board, right? That guy's really scary. He has a Syndra and he already has a Rakan. Like, what? Like, what? Like, ole. Like, chill, bro. Like, what is this? So, like, I'm probably going to lose that fight. But here I've already found a Vex. So I'm already thinking, like, Vex is really good to fit in those boards because Vex is Chrono and Mage. So she synergizes with both the Nami as well as the Karma. So that's like kind of like your little trifecta of units. You play this, Nami, and Karma, and then you go for it. Here I'm just playing around these Hunter units because that's what I have. Obviously AP items would be better. I get railed by this guy. He's level 7 already. I think he took that augment. That is sorry, it's at what cost? So he's level 7 because he starts the game at level 6 and then he just pushed the levels to 7 to make sure that he wins. It's ridiculous. I think it does pretty well, but I don't know, because sometimes you can get giga griefed later, because basically what happens is you instantly go to level 6 but you can't pick your future augments. So it makes it like, you know, kind of awkward that if you miss out on, if you get like a really bad second and third augment, it can happen and you can get griefed. But excuse me, if you high roll your second, or even if you high roll one of the augments, you're probably in a much better spot. So I think on average that augment is pretty good, but we'll see. I have Vex 2, right? I gotta drop 2 Vexes, which is pretty good. My gold generation is awful though. I think even that round, like, I just got deleted, so I didn't even generate any gold. I have Sword here, Chainmail. Let's probably make Shojin, but we'll see. 1 cost transforming to 2 cost. That's pretty bad. But oh well. Yeah, I have to sell it. Yeah, I just put on Vex. I think Vex is gonna be more tanky anyways. Yeah, I'm down for that. That's a good idea. I could fit in Preservers here if I level. Should I level a 6 and do Preservers? Probably. There's a Bard right here. Like, I can hold Bard with these items. I should buy the Bard at least for next turn. I think I'm just waiting a turn because I want to make sure that I don't, like, break my Econ again. Econ shouldn't be an issue for me this game because I have the Shimmer Scale augment. So I'm going to be generating a lot of gold. There we go. Now we should be really online because I'm going to get gold from this as well, the Gambler's Blade. So I should be like very rich this game. And that's why I'm kind of aiming for one of these like karma boards that have a lot of forecasts on them. Right, I should probably like aim for like karma preservers. So I'm curious to see how the game plays out, because the preserver board, you really want to be able to make it to level 9 to fit into 4 preservers, as well as to have the odds to hit those really good units. Oh, here it's a movable object or support golem. I think you just take support golem. Hopefully I don't get griefed by support golem. Both of these are very, very strong augments. These are 2 of the best prismatics you can hit. Besides like 1 or 2 very specific situations. But I'm pretty sure support golem. I probably checked the stats during the game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I checked the stats during the game. I got Zephyr and Moonstone Gem. Moonstone Gem is very strong. Zephyr is also really good in certain matchups, especially if you just nail the right Zephyr call out, right? Like if you hit, like for example, a Syndra with a Guinsoo and then she just doesn't get to do her cast early on, could really sway the game. I'm scouting. Nobody's really going to know that I have a Zephyr until a lot later in the game, because it's going to be too hard to play around me, especially right now. So I don't expect anybody to be like randomly positioning for it. So look, we just cheese this. Easy clap. I should have really held on to the Bard though. Bard would have given me Preserver, and I really just want to generate as much gold with this Mogul's Mail as much as possible. Yeah, see? So at 35, we get gold, and then it keeps generating gold afterwards. And Vex is very tanky. Like, this is a Vex. It should be a Vex too. Did I just drop 2 Vex? Did I sell the Vexes? I'm so confused what I did. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, I'm a bit out of it today. I still lost this fight. You know, Syndra is Syndra. You know, it is what it is. Prismatic Ticket, playing around Syndra, gets Incantor Crest as well. Kind of a crazy spot. But with Incantor Crest, you just want to push levels because you want to play around Karma. Because I think Karma benefits way more from 4 Incantor than Syndra. But he's Prismatic Ticket, so whatever. This guy is just like, I don't even know if how do I even beat this ever? He also got like one of the best prismatics. Like he literally high rolled. Look. So he's not allowed to pick his augment, and he got I'm the carry now. This is one of the best prismatics as well. Like he could have easily hit some dumb shit that does nothing, but he hit one of the best ones as well. So not only does he have like, he's level 7, full streaking, Rakan already, so he's already has like a 3 preserver line, which makes it like impossible to deal with. He even gets like 1 more. That's actually crazy. That's very, 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 very high roll. Obviously put himself in a good spot taking the first augment. We can't really complain about that. But you know, that's kind of nuts. I think I'll just keep looking at it because I'm trying to figure out like, okay, how do I outcap that? Also, I think he's hard committing to the same line that I'm committing to, which puts me in a bad spot for late game. Because late game, you know, if I'm getting contested, I'm taking like double gold. I'm taking gold generation trait with the idea that I'm going to be able to easily hit like a very strong forecast board. But there's a guy that's already level 7 ahead of me in econ probably without the gold generation, playing the same comp as me with all the same units that I want already. Now, the only problem is I should have definitely held on to the Bard. I think I was thinking in my head like Jinx is fine because she likes attack speed, but I think Bard with those items would have been a lot better for right now. So that's my bad. So let's see what we can play here. We probably want to grab this Rakan, but he's going to be hot commodity, so I don't think we're going to get it. Tier gets taken, which is pretty bad. I'm playing around a chainmail, I think. Yeah, chainmail, bow. Just take rod, yeah. Rod's fine. Rod, you can make Gunblade. I can make Crown Guard. Crown Guard's good on Vex. So what did I do? I sold a Vex to make Econ. How did I not make Econ? I think I sold one of the Vexes to make Econ, which is pretty bad because I need to hit Vex too. We take the gold one. 6 gold. Woo! Let's go. Level 7 here. It doesn't cost me anything. Put in Gwen. She's good. I don't know why I would play Sugarmancy here. I don't think it's necessary though. I think Chrono's probably better. I'm holding on to my items because I really want to make blue buff if I can play around the Karma. Like I said in the beginning of this video, it's going to turn out to be a Nami game. So just sit tight. You know, obviously, we'll figure out what we're doing. We're going to try and roll down as early as possible. This guy already has a Karma. He's playing Karma Gwen Fiora variation, it looks like. Which is a little bit scary for me, because now there's like a multiple way contest for Karma. So there's not only two Syndra players, there's two supposed Karma players as well. And that was the line that I was aiming towards. I'm obviously aiming towards a 4-cost AP line with my setup. So I need to hit like a 4-cost AP line. And you might think, okay, well, why don't you just play Rise? Because you have Gambler's Blade. There was already a guy with a Gambler's Blade Rise. I didn't point it out because at the time I wasn't really concerned about it. But yeah, that's also contested. And the thing about playing contested is, like, you might look at it and be like, okay, well, you're playing contested, whatever. You don't want to be contested on an inferior line, right? Contesting Syndra makes sense. Like, if you're two people playing Syndra, because Syndra is so broken right now. Two people playing Karma makes sense because Karma's broken. Two people playing Rise, that's gonna be a problem because, like, if you're not hitting your board there, even if you hit your board with Rise, you're gonna struggle to win out in the game and to get like a top 4 because it's a hard comp to play. Right? It's the same thing, like, you know, if two people are contesting Varus, you know, there's a big problem going on because, like, you know, it's a very particular line that you need to have a very, very good spot for. If you're not hitting your units there, like, what are we doing here? We're kind of trolling, aren't we? And that's the thought process. But here I'm just trying to maximize my econ as much as possible. Keep generating some gold. My support golem's good, so I should be able to convert this to a win out. You know, maybe not like a strict win out, but I should be able to convert this to a top 4. Right, I have 2 really good augments. I have a lot of gold. I just have to be very flexible, right? I think a lot of people get lost in the sauce and they just try and hard force and commit all the time. This is an example of a game where you could decide to play something else very easily at one point in the game. Because I have many options, right? The more gold you have, the more options you have for to play other things, basically. I think this board is shit, though. I should have switched out these units a while ago. Right? If I was playing Preservers with Bard, I feel like I can generate more gold rather than playing around this Jinx and this Twitch that I had upgraded. So my mid game was definitely not the best. I also didn't slam items because I'm just waiting for blue buff. But we just see what we get. These are the items I get, so that's what I'm going to play. I'm probably going to level here and roll just because it's such a contested board that I don't want to wait till 4-1. I just want to try and hit as much as I can. I'm trying to decide what units I'm keeping. It's definitely this over like Rumble or something. Slowly switch out of everything. I found Rakan. That's great. I can play some Preservers. Upgrade that guy, sure. Basically just rolling. I find Nami, which is fine. this is going to be... Oh, I know what happens this round. Oh, no. I know what happens this round. Oh, God. Yeah, I just don't have my items. It's Shojin. I wanted to put the items with the Jinx on, but I just couldn't because I ran out of time. Sunfire, sure. Hextech Gunblade, probably. I think I just itemized Briar here because I found a Briar. I could just play Eldritch with the Mage. But as you can see, we didn't really hit anything. I should hold on to this Galio as well because I'm probably playing Galio on my board. I already have a Galio upgraded though, so it's fine. That was a very messy round. I think I was just panicking, right? A lot of times when you don't have like a strict idea, I think I was just so fixated that I needed a karma that I just kind of fucked up here. But we're gonna roll stuff and we're gonna see. It's not anger issues. This one's pretty bad as an augment in general. Roll the dice is okay. Mage Crown is pretty good though. Mage Crown gives me 2 things. It gives me a spark, which I don't have, and I need shred. So I'm down to get a spark, and then the Mage Emblem also gives me a good opportunity to fit in like a 5 Mage board and just play around the Nami, right? Because 5 Mage is really important. Nami's also good with attack speed. I don't think she gets super stun locked by her cast. Like she doesn't have a good. She doesn't have that bad of a. What's it called? She doesn't have that bad of a. What's the thing that called? Mana lock. She doesn't have that bad of a mana lock. And then here, do I just play Briar over somebody? I have 2 Preserver and I have Rakan upgraded. Who am I Mage Embleming? I don't need to Mage Emblem anybody now. I'm just looking for 1 extra Mage. I replace one of these shitters. I have 4 Vanguard in just because I think it's a really stable front line to have. But I could easily drop to 2 Vanguard and play multiple Mages instead. It's probably Mage this guy, right? Why don't I just Mage Zillion? Am I crazy? Man, look how much damage Nami's doing. Like she does quite a bit. Now I have Gambler's Blade on her, so it's not like full damage, right? It's Gambler's Blade Morello because that's the way my items worked out. If you give her like a Rabadon's, imagine the damage. It's so much. This is the Syndra player. I think the other guy hit Syndra 3 before this guy. So he's just kind of like slow rolling on, he's trying his best to roll on level 6. So it's a little bit awkward. I was playing a pretty weak board. Lesser Champ Duplicator. I should just Mage Emblem Zillion. Isn't Mage Emblem Zillion really good? Because he does stuns, right? I just like Giga Perma stun the whole board constantly. Right? Isn't that just better? I can just itemize Zillion. Why don't I just itemize Zillion? Itemize Zillion! Come on. What am I doing? Ugh, sometimes I'm so upset with myself. Sometimes it's like I get almost all the way there. Oh, Mage Emblem Zareth is also interesting. Oh, I think that's what I'm thinking of. Man. Okay, it's drop 2 Vanguard. And then Mage Zareth and play 5 Mage. Mage Zareth sounds interesting. Mage Zareth. I can put a Nashor's on Zareth. I don't know if that helps anything. Mage Zareth does a lot of damage. Zareth does a lot of damage. I should probably just play Mage Zareth, actually. Instead of Mage Zillion. Yeah, but look at these boards, right? Like, this was a Syndra 3 board, right? The Nami has so much damage on backline access. I might not win this, by the way, because it's Wukong. With Dvork's, I don't know what it's called. Dvork's thing. Oh, I just narrowly lost. God damn it, Zillion. Zillion's so good sometimes, and then sometimes he's just not. Oh, that's Zareth pair? Oh, if that guy doesn't take Zareth, I take Zareth for sure. Zareth pair? Aw, damn it. Man. I want tier here, right? I can make a Shojin. What? Okay, never mind. Never mind, I really want a chainmail there, actually. Yeah, chainmail's really good for me. Chainmail's really good for me. Fuck, I'm so dumb sometimes. That was so badly played. It's Briar 2 though. Is that the right decision? I think tier is important. Nah, Briar 2 is Briar 2, right? Briar 2, get rid of this guy. But then I want to play this for Kench. Oh god. This is okay, but it's not good. Sterex on Briar. Sterex on Briar, maybe. I mean, Briar's strong. I have a Briar too. It's like, it's gonna be better than most things. Oh, this is just so rough because I want to get to 5 Mage. 4 Mage, it cuts down my damage by so much. Like 5 Mage is such a huge spike. It's like like Mage is so useless. Or Nami's so much better with 5 Mage. In terms of like damage output. But Briar 2 is gonna be a demon, especially with preservers in. I have too many cooks. Too much cooking here. Right? I can drop for another preserver. Arcana's good though, because I can use Tom Kench because I have a lot of traits in. I can make a Giga trait board actually. Ooh, Milio? Do I just go for the Giga traits? Milio. I mean, I could. It's an interesting game. It's an interesting game because looking back on it, I think I could have played this better. I think that I was too narrow on my sights of playing around Karma. I think that the Briar 2 is good, but Briar doesn't fit into my board that nicely. So I kind of lose out on placements. I could have maybe greeded to play something a little bit better. Not slamming items for so long, and I have so many components that I were just dead for the whole game. I could have easily made some extra items here and convert my gold a lot better. Now I'm trying to play towards level 9 to fit in some extra units, but I don't necessarily think that's the best idea. Because usually you don't want to go 9, especially if you don't have like full upgrades, because it's just so much gold that you waste. I'm in a decent spot. Like, it's definitely a top 4 spot. But like, I would have liked to see myself try to play for 7 Mage. Right? Like, if I'm going 9 and I'm not playing around Mage, like, not even 7 Mage, sorry, 5 Mage. I want to see myself playing around 5 Mage. Right? Like I sold the other guy, which is a frontline unit, right? Like, I don't need Eldritch in, right? This Mordekaiser, I definitely want Galio here. Because then I can play around Nora. And with Nora and Galio, I'll hit 5 Mage. Like, that's what I want to see. I don't remember this game well enough. Because this one, I think this one was done, like, God, what time was this? Platinum 2, 85716. The chances are this game was at 3 a.m. The chances are this was one of the nights that I couldn't sleep. And I was, like, struggling out there. So I pulled an all-nighter one night and I played a bunch of TFT. And this might be while I was in, like, you know, late at night, not able to, like, properly, like, think. I have anti-heal. I don't need anti-heal. I have shred. I don't need shred. I need items for Briar. Because now I have a Briar too. Like, can we make some Briar items here? Oh, God. Rabadons. Okay, I'm itemizing Zillion, which makes me think that I'm going to sell Zillion and itemize Xerath once I have Xerath too. I just make red buff on Briar. That's fine. Just give Briar a lot of damage. I'm okay with that. Sunfire on Tom Kench is fine. Could I have made something better? Is Titans better on Briar? I don't think so. I know Briar likes Deathblade, so by the same logic, she should like, no, Deathblade gives her AD though, so that's different. Is this the guy? Yeah, this guy's level 9. Level 9, playing, he just has the Giga board of Doom. He has a Nora. He has all the units I want to play, except he's just in a better spot than me. How did he lose so many fights, by the way? Like, that was the guy that was 100 streaking. So I guess he just Giga greeted. Okay, I need this Galio. Can we buy the Galio, please? I had a Galio too and I sold it. I should have never played Mordekaiser. Eldritch doesn't really matter with this comp, right? Because, like, Eldritch is really important when you're trying to stall and scale. Also, I sold a Vex early in the game. I still don't have Vex 2. I should roll for Vex 2 ages ago. I was rocking a Vex 1 this whole time. I didn't even realize I was rocking a Vex 1. Oh my god, that's so ridiculous sometimes. I should hold this guy for sure as well. Tomkin is giving my whole board a bunch of HP. Nami's doing damage, right? This is stabilizing around Nami. I think I've just played this pretty poorly. And I think there's a lot of optimizations, which I'm trying to point out. I'm trying to mention them. I think it's a good learning experience video. So it's definitely going on the YouTube channel, right? Because the top 4 that I think you can learn a lot from. This might not be the easiest watch, right? Like some people, you might just tune into a channel to try and see like an easy win, easy top 4, 0 mistakes. But watching this game, you know, there's obviously like a lot of mistakes. And it's a little bit difficult to watch at certain points probably. Especially if you like know what I'm talking about. Like when I'm complaining about stuff and like saying like this is really shit here. Do I just push level now? I think I do, right? Yeah, Milio. It's a huge spike to play Milio because Tom Kench gives HP like Jazz, like for all the traits that you have in. Milio gives me an extra trait, so it helps out the rest of my board, and Milio also drops items on everybody. I think what I'm trying to play towards is Xerath 2 with Mage Emblem. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's that strong, but it should be decent. It should be strong enough to stabilize me to be like Giga strong. Because the whole point of Nami is that she has access to the backline, and then Xerath is just going to start like peppering the whole board. Right, so it's gonna be like insanely strong. See, like right now the Xerath is already doing a bunch of damage. Like this guy just got deleted. Right, I have 2 preserver in. Ideally I convert myself to being 5 mage and all preservers. That's probably better than what I have right now, but it is what it is. We're okay with this. Fairy crown, no. Hodge, no. Hodge is fine actually. Hodge on what's her name? Hodge for never mind. Okay, Giant Slayer. Giant Slayer is fine, I think. Who am I Giant Slayering though? I can Giant Slayer just make Briar do a bunch of damage. I'm kind of down for Giant Slayer Briar. Briar gains a lot of Omnivamp anyway, so a lot of times you don't want to make Bloodthirster or Hodge on Briar. They're actually pretty bad items. If you just put more damage on Briar, once she does her cast, she gains like 20% Omnivamp or some shit like that. Gain a 5-star. Ah, great. Okay, now I can switch this guy, right? I got an extra Zillion. Swap him out. Yeah. Okay. That should be strong. Double cast Xerath. I just need 5 mage in. 5 mage so I don't lose so much AP, right? So I want to lose this for 5 mage, and it's kind of hard. I can't really fit in my board because then I have to lose preserver. I might have to lose Milio for 5 mage. 5 mage is super important. My board should have a lot of damage now. Look at this Xerath. Just double casting, just peppering the board infinitely. Look at that. And look how much damage. This is what I was saying. Briar does a lot of damage. Briar 2 is Briar 2. Briar, I have like a trio carry set up now. Okay, so the board worked out fine. I was cooking. The Briar 2 is, you don't pass up on Briar 2. I know that, right? She's good in certain spots, and I had a lot of swords to kill and bows to kill, so that's fine. Because Sterix, I didn't really have items for anybody else. Morgana is probably better than somebody. Zillion gives AP though, so the reason I'm playing Zillion over other preservers. But this Mordekaiser is kind of like whatever. I don't really need Mordekaiser. Okay, that's mage. Yeah, I have to lose preserver. This is what I was saying, that's really awkward. So it's basically because I have this unit, right? If I didn't have her in, I would just play vertical preserver, right? But because I'm playing Arcana, like I'm playing around Tom Kench and this, the board's a little bit awkward, right? Like a lot of times you're not playing around these two units. So if you're not playing around those two units, like not playing around Tom Kench and this, then you can fit in more preservers, right? Because I can easily mage emblem somebody else and just play like multiple preservers. Here I lock, I have a Nora 2 now. That's pretty good. But 5 mage increased my damage by a large amount. I want a mana item on Xerath, and I want Xerath 2. If I had Xerath 2 with a mana item, I should pretty much be guaranteed a top 4. Well, I'm already guaranteed top 4, but I think I'm guaranteed top 2 right now, as long as I find Xerath 2. This guy's holding a Xerath. This guy's the Syndra player. I think I'm gonna lose to the Preserver guy though. Preserver is so important because Preserver with the Vex is what makes Vex unkillable. So it's a little bit awkward, but we did make a strong board. I just need Xerath 2 now. I'm not familiar enough with Nora in terms of how to itemize her. I have to look at that myself in the stats to learn. That's like a side note for me. Because I think Nora 2 does a lot of damage, but I don't think it's worth selling Xerath to put the Rabadons on the Nora. I was holding Varus. I had Varus in my team planner because there was a guy going for Varus 3. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose to the Karma player, right? Gain a spatula, no use. Oh, that's not good. Just Rage Blade Nora, sure. Yeah, I'll just increase my odds. Yeah, Xerath 2. I need a mana gen item on Xerath. Pronto. I need Tom Kench 2 as well. This is why I was saying I usually just roll on level 8. And now I have Xerath damage buff. Is it Xerath? I think it's always... Oh, no, yeah, because I dropped so many traits, so I could just take the damage buff for Xerath. I'm on wrong side here. You always want to be opposite side of the carry with Nami, by the way. So over here, I should be opposite side so that Nami hits this side. Okay, I beat the Syndra player. Woo! Let's go! Beat Syndra player. Hashtag like fucking ownage or whatever you want to say. Oh, this is the guy. Oh, this is the guy. He's like, what is he? He's gonna be like level 10. Oh god, I think I lose. Oh, I think it's a second. This guy's just so fucking strong. 4 Preserver and a Callista. Oh, he has a Camille too. Oh god. Why couldn't somebody else kill him? I don't even need that. Why did I make that? Think. I have so many 5 costs. It's crazy that I think this is a guaranteed second. It's all this Briar's fault. This Briar was good up until now, but the problem with the Briar is that if I itemize these units with like the mate and this guy with the mage emblem, like I feel like I'm in such a stronger spot. This guy's 4 chrono, karma. He hit tiny but deadly. He didn't even low roll that hard. Yeah, it's just a stomp. Look at this. Oh my god, it's not even close. I can't shoot through 4 Preserver with this shit. I don't have good items on anybody. Okay, so what were my misplays? Let's go over all the misplays this game. So Nami, good identification playing around Nami. I think this was a good flex game. I think I got a little bit dizzy. I should have... This Briar is weird because I think I should sell the Briar and just play Preserver now. This Briar is good for shit. Sterix isn't that bad on this guy, and I put these items on these other units, right? So putting the items on the other units is enough to probably help me. I got Excuse me, I got my ankles broken because both times I don't put the golem to kill the karma. So that's my bad. But I think Briar is not doing anything for me. I think if I had Preserver in, it's a little bit better. So I can drop Briar for Preserver. I can't really play 7 mage in this setup because I'm just too far behind. I don't have enough front line to support it. Yeah, it's just a lose. Lose to second. In the middle game, I spent too long not slamming items. I could have preserved a lot of HP. Do I ever beat this guy, though? That's the thing. I don't think I ever outcapped this guy because he's just so far ahead of everybody else. He was ahead the whole game, right? That was the guy that just started the game off fully ahead and then hit like a really other strong prismatic. But I think lose Briar. I needed a mana item on Xerath. Is Xerath and Mage Emblem even good? Like, how do I check that? Let's go, team builder, or sorry, let's go stats, units, Xerath, items. Oh, Mage Emblem is really good. It's one of the best items, right? Surely. It has a really good top 4%, but it doesn't have a good win percentage. It's a very low play rate as well. It's not the best item, but it's actually pretty good. Mage Emblem Xerath is okay. So that part I identified correctly. I think it's just like Tom Kench. I need the other guy. I should have fit in Portal. I need either Portal or Preserver in, I think is my problem there. I think if I had Preserver in, the fight's a little bit closer. Yeah, because I already have Rakan 2, right? Like, what is Rakan 2 doing on my board if I'm not playing Preserver? I think that's the bigger issue that I have with my gameplay, right? Because, like, fuck the Milio with the extra item drops, right? I can just play a Preserver. Like, Preserver with Chrono, and I just get AP instead of playing, like, Milio for Fairy. That's probably better. Off rip right there. Other than that, so it's probably, like, it's either I lose... Like, I can lose Rakan. Well, no, I keep Rakan. I lose Milio for, like, 2-star Morgana or 2-star Zillion. And I think that makes my board a little bit stronger. Because if I'm playing this Arcana variation like this, I just don't have the opportunity to play the other units. I could just drop both units and play, like, Tarek, somebody else, and just fit in Portal. Like, Tarek and... No, I think it's better just play Preservers. Anyways, that's the video. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Obviously it's a little bit difficult playing around boards, but I wanted to post a video where I wasn't just playing like, this is the most broken meta comp. I want to show you, like, hey, if you run yourself into a problem that you have a lot of gold, there's ways to convert it, right? We beat a Syndra 3 player, right? We beat some of the other boards that were pretty high cap. We made it to, like, a pretty easy second. There was tons of mistakes played. We didn't even fully optimize it, right? I'm playing a 0 synergy Briar 2 on my board, but if you have a lot of gold and you can make it to these high cost units, they are very strong. It's very possible to play around these units. Obviously, you're not going to have the same success every single game, but a lot of it just starts from having the gold to get there, right? I had the gold to roll a lot on level 8. I found a lot of upgrades, and I was stable around those upgrades. And that's what the whole point of the video, what I wanted to try and get across was. You know, if you watch it and you're like, you hate me for it, that's fine. I usually get a lot of dislikes if it's not like a meta comp that I'm talking about. But, you know, hopefully that was somewhat enjoyable, and hopefully me talking about some of my mistakes and figuring it out also helped you guys a little bit. Thank you. Have a great day.